Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you're fine and you're doing okay. It's not been easy to stay happy this year, and we're doing these happiness in your skin videos. But it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year for many of us, not for all of us. Yeah, in a way for all of us, because there are a lot of things that change about life this year, which you couldn't experience, which are a part of our everyday lives. But for some of us, it was a really tougher year than for the rest of us. So, in case it's been really tough for you, you've had a lot of time to think. Hopefully, whatever you thought about yourself and your life this year will help you through the rest of your life. In case you get through it, and we get through it, so it'll be fine. It's okay. It may turn out to be the best and the worst year for a lot of us. And since we have seen the worst, maybe the best is yet to come, and that's a good thought to start our today's video on the reading of Happiness in Your Skin. So we are starting the fourth chapter today. We finished the third chapter in the last video, and the fourth chapter is called Success is a False Goal. Success is a false goal. So this is a very important chapter, and hopefully we'll take like 2 to 3 maybe 4 videos to actually finish this chapter, because there's some really important points I want to explain through this chapter, because I think success is a misnomer. Success is the incorrect goal in life. Success is not the right way to look at life. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on this video. So let's start reading. Success is a false goal. That's what the subject of this video is. This is an important chapter. I need you to read it carefully. The chapter could change your view about the kind of goals you're chasing. Are you chasing success, or are you chasing happiness? Are you chasing success, or are you chasing happiness? Because they are not the same thing. Success and happiness are not the same thing. Happiness is success, but the vice versa is not true. Happiness is success, but the vice versa, which is success is happiness, is not true. Okay, and we'll see why. I won't go a little slow with this. So, does success buy happiness? Most of the world is chasing success. After all, everybody wants to be successful, no? However, there's a problem I have with success. Who decides if you're successful or not? Who decides if you're successful or not? Who gets to be the judge of that? That is a problem I have with success. That everybody you meet, everybody in your family, everybody who knows you, even everybody who doesn't know you, will have an opinion of your success. Alright, so success has multiple definitions, and something that has multiple definitions cannot be the right barometer in life. Okay, so success has multiple definitions. Will you decide you're successful? Will your parents decide you're successful? Will your siblings decide that? Will your colleagues decide that? Who will decide that? So the problem with success is that it has multiple definitions, and everybody has a different definition of you're successful or not. People chase success mindlessly because everyone does so. Parents raise their kids while pushing them to be successful. The society wants you to be successful. Your friends want you to be successful. Your partner wants you to be successful. Everybody wants you to be successful, but nobody wants you to be happy. Take a while to think about that. Everybody wants you to be successful. Nobody wants you to be happy. Okay, because nobody can really judge. Nobody can really look at your life and say if you're happy, because the only person who can really judge if you're happy is you and yourself. That is the only person. The person in the mirror whom we spoke about in the last chapter, I guess, in the last video, in the last chapter in the book. The person in the mirror is the only person who can really judge if you're happy. And society cannot pass a judgment on something they cannot see. And society and parents or whatever in the outside world cannot see happiness. I mean, they see signs of success which are materialistic, which are a house, which are a car, or which are a status, or which is a designation. But there is no particular way to look at happiness. Happiness is felt inside. Okay, it's not seen outside. That's the problem. That's the problem with happiness. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see if you're happy. Nobody can tell you if you're not happy. So the only person who can really understand if you're happy is you yourself, and nobody can really pass a judgment on that. You're the only person who can pass a judgment on if you're happy. Isn't that an irony? You know why? It is because people assume that once you're successful in the eyes of the world, you will be happy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work this way. Success, as understood by our society, is quite an outward measure. Success is understood as the presence of money, status, prestige, and things money can buy, like a house or a car. People decide if you're successful depending on the material, tangible things that you bought. They convince you that since you're successful, you should be happy too. And that is the problem with 90% of the world. Because people are living lives to impress the people, right? Because when people look at the stuff that you have in life, and they tell you that this should buy you happiness. But the problem is, all that stuff doesn't really buy you happiness, because happiness has different sources. Happiness doesn't come for things. Happiness doesn't come from things. It comes from things more deeper than things. It comes from things that we'll talk about, or we have spoken about so far in this book. It comes from meaning. It comes from purpose. It comes from doing things that you feel deeply connected to from inside. I mean, happiness has different sources. Success has different sources. So when people tell you that you should be happy when you're successful, that's not true. This is the reason people tend to make goals which will allow them, if completed, to live a materialistically satisfying life. They don't care if they'll be able to live a spiritually satisfying life. And I use the word spiritually not that easily. I mean, when I say spiritually, when I say spiritually, I largely mean the combination of mind, body, and spirit. The spirit lives inside the body. The mind lives inside the body. So when I say spiritually, it's largely a holistic way to look at your life. It's largely a deep and holistic way to look at your life. It's not just a superficial way to look at your life. So when you're spiritually connected, when you're spiritually happy, then you feel whole. You don't feel that there are things missing in your life. You could be successful, but you could be spiritually feeling very vacant inside, because you are not really living a purposeful life. Let me repeat this. So this is the reason people tend to make goals which will allow them, if completed, to live a materialistically satisfying life. They don't care if they'll be able to live a spiritually satisfying life. Mind you, when I say spiritually, it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with how you feel inside. Your spiritual state is a state of your spirit. Do you feel spirited? That's a great question, right? Do you feel spirited? A lot of people who live extremely successful lives do not feel like getting up in the morning. Do they feel spirited? No. They have all the things that money can buy, but they don't feel like getting up in the morning because they don't like the work that they do. They don't like the things that they're about to do in the day. That's why they don't feel like getting up in the morning. So they don't feel spirited about the day. What does it even mean to be spirited? To feel spirited is to feel excited about what you are about to do. To feel spirited is to be able to get up in the morning with enthusiasm about the day. That's what spirited means. To be spirited is to be able to look forward to life. Do you look forward to life? If you look forward to life, you're spirited. A lot of people in the corporate world, I remember even after my MBA, there's a friend of mine, and I asked him how is he doing, and he said he's surviving. Does it sound familiar to a lot of people? Answer they are surviving when you ask them how they're doing. And what's this very tragic way of answering this question? They don't feel spirited, in spite of having a lot of stuff that we aspire to do. Like most people do MBAs because it gets them a high paying job. Even if it's not a high paying job, it's a decently paying job, and it buys you a comfortably sufficient life. You can get to live like most people live. But do you feel spirited? That's the important question that you need to really ask yourself. Not answer me, not answer anybody else in your family. You need to answer it to yourself. You owe it to yourself if you feel spirited or not. And that is perhaps the most important question that you really want to ask about your life. Your spiritual state is the state of your spirit. Do you feel spirited? Do you feel lagging in spirit? People follow money mindlessly because society respects money. The society doesn't really care how you feel inside, does it? No, it doesn't. That's why students pursue courses which will get them high paying jobs regardless of their interests. They study engineering without any interest in it because they hope it'll get them a job. It does, but then they find themselves miserable. Success is a false goalpost. I'm saying this loud and clear. Success is a false goalpost. I do not want you to be successful. I want you to be happy. I want you to stop chasing success. Allow me to explain what I mean by that. Stop chasing what your family wants you to do and label you as a success. Stop chasing what your friends want you to do to label you as a success. Stop chasing what society wants you to do to label you as a success. They are not you. Nobody is you besides you. Only you understand what success should mean to you. Success is a false goalpost because it carries different meanings for different people. For someone, it may mean raising a family. For someone, it may mean traveling the world. For someone, it may mean just being able to take care of expenses. People are different and they have different opinions of success. Whose definition will you choose? At one point in my life, I used to work with a man who used to drive a top model Mercedes. And I never saw him smile for the months I worked in his company. I worked about 6 months in his company. I never saw that man smile. And he used to have a Mercedes and a chauffeur to drive the Mercedes. He was a pain in the ass, pain in the mind, and pain everywhere else. Everybody in the company hated him. Everybody hated him because he would shout at people and not smile. The point is, maybe that man was successful in the eyes of the world, but I found him terribly unsuccessful because I rarely saw him happy. Here's the point I'm getting at. Success is the happiness you feel inside your heart. Success is happiness. Tell me who can decide if you're happy or not in a given moment in time. Who can decide if more money will make you happy or more meaning? Who can decide if path A or path B or path C will make you happier? It's you and only you. People can decide about your success, but nobody can really decide if you're happy or not. I want you to be happy and not success. If you can be successful in doing what you love, you will be happy as well as successful, and that's the only professional goal you ought to have. On a personal front, you need to find a person whom you love and who loves you. Go find that person if you haven't yet. However, if you must choose between happiness and success, choose happiness and let go of success. It is a difficult choice to make. Success is more socially acceptable and visible than happiness. To prove that you're successful, things like a house, a car, etc., which you can show to the world will happily accept it. Happiness is intangible. We'll stop here. I think it's quite a deep subject, and it'll take 2-3 more videos to explain this chapter and this point. But we started well, and that's the whole point, that success and happiness are not the same thing. Happiness is success, but success is not happiness because there are multiple definitions of success, and everyone can interpret a different definition for your life, while nobody can comment on your happiness because they can't see it. There are no outward measures of happiness. All right, thanks for watching and be good. Take care of yourselves. So I will continue this series and the thought of the video tomorrow or whenever I make these videos. 25 videos a month for the reading and 25 thoughts of the day. That is my target. Stay subscribed. If you like these videos, please share around, and if you don't like them, I'll try to hopefully make videos that you like at some point. All right, thank you. Bye.